I'm actually going off in this afternoon to buy another car and to get that into stock. Something that I don't would normally wouldn't stock is a bit out of my price range, but I've always wanted to have one of those cars in stock. I always wanted to drive those. So today's little trip has brought us up to Rowsley, which is 10 minutes away from Matlock in Derbyshire. So about 2 hours drive from Northampton. And as you can see, it's a beautiful part of the country. So it's a 2 hour drive. We've picked up another car. We drove up in the Igo, so we got that temporarily taxed and got the a day's insurance on that to drive it up. So I drove that up with my wife, and here is our latest purchase, guys. I'm really happy about this one. I've always wanted one of these in stock. It's an 2015 Audi A3 TDI Ultra, and it's gunmetal grey. And as you can see, it's overall in very nice condition. I'm not sure, I need to check what the Ultra means. Is that to do with the emissions and the low emissions and good MPG on a car, or if it's to do with the specs level? I'll have to double check, but it's a great looking car. Tractor just drove past there, so it's a great looking car, overall in really good condition. Test drove it, really nice, drive really nice, no issues, no knocks, no bangs. I have to rate the Igo when we come up in that. Even though it's a small little car, it didn't feel tinny or anything like that. There wasn't much cabin noise in the Igo, and it's quite nippy for one year, like I've said previously in a previous video. But I'm happy with that. Drove fine, everything was working, air conditioning, everything was working. So just having a look at around the A3, there's nothing in terms of bodywork that's really worth mentioning, to be honest. There's a little scuff down here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera there, but 2015 second-hand car, you're going to expect something on the bodywork. You got matching Uniroyal tires all around. I'm not going to touch that because it's so muddy, but all with good tread. All the alloys are in really good condition and marked. Really, there's a slight scratching on that one, but nothing too major. It's had a recent valet because the inside is really nice and clean, even though I've just mudded it walking around in this mud. So looking into the car, these seats are really nice and comfy, as you expect from a German car. Nice level of trim, good build quality. And the back again, decent size. Rear seats and space. The only thing, two things worth mentioning was it's missing the parcel shelf, so I managed to knock a bit of money off for that. And the other thing was the rear washer, the spray is not working, or it's coming out, it's like literally just dribbling down here. So I need to get that sorted out by the mechanic. In terms of the bonnet and the engine, let's lift that up. It's really clean underneath here. If I can lift that up there, look at that, guys. You can't see any leaks, nothing obvious. Cooling's at the right level, the right colour. Engine oil was nice and clean when I checked that. It just looks like a really well looked after and a loved car. So let's just pop in and go through a few other things of why I decided to go for this car. So I'll just turn the ignition on and you get this lovely pop-up media screen. I'll switch the radio off before I get a copyright strike. And so yeah, it's really nice inside. You've got controls here on your steering wheel for your navigation, your audio, your phone calls and all that kind of stuff. It's a bit of a weird spec. It's a 2015, but it doesn't seem to have cruise control or automatic lights, which you would kind of expect. But it's only done. So one of the main things I bought this car is it's only done 59,000 miles. So for the age of the car, it's really good mileage. And a couple of other things. One of the other reasons why I bought the car, hide the previous details of the previous owner. It's only had, hopefully you can see that through the plastic wallet, one former keeper. So the previous owner bought this in 2015. So it was only one. I think Audi had it before. So you can see their Audi Vehicle Services in Milton Keynes. They initially had it, and then I think the previous owner bought this with only 600 miles on the clock. So they've had it ever since then. It comes with 2 keys. And another reason why I bought the car was, if I can just dig it out. So I'm going to stick out the service record. So if we look at the service record for the car, and just look at the stamps here. So it's always been in Matlock, and it's always been serviced by a independent local garage. So we've got a stamp for 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 full service, and an interim service at 22. So it's got a full service history, which is fantastic. It's got an MOT until September next year. The only advisories on the last MOT were the child seats, having 2 child seats in the back. And that's the only reason why the person sold the car was with the kids and stuff. They upgraded. They actually took their mother's car, which is a Q5, and the mother bought a Porsche Cayenne, and then they've sold this. And I think the money for this is going to the parents. So just going through some of the specs in the car. You've got heated wing mirrors, all around electric mirrors. So you've got sat nav, your telephone, your Bluetooth, DAB radio, you've got the media. So in here it's quite cool. You've got, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, in the glove compartment you've got, that's it, you've got a CD player, plus then you've got multimedia SD cards. So that's for your maps, I think. So you've got automatic start stop. You've got this button here which pops the media screen in and out, and then you've got drive select. I'm guessing that's all your different driving modes. I'm sure I'll find that out soon. So you've got a 6-speed manual gearbox, and overall a really nice car to be in. I'm really happy with this purchase. So this seems like a really nice genuine example, guys. I've tested all of the air conditioning, the blowers, all the lights, the electric windows, the side mirrors, everything's working. It's just the parcel shelf missing and the rear washer. But apart from that, all good. We've got an added bonus, just about half a tank of diesel, which hopefully should get me back to Northampton. So we're gonna probably grab some food either at Matlock, or if you take a left out down this lane, it takes you down to Bakewell. So we're just gonna grab some food and head back to Northampton. Let me know what you think, guys. Was this a good purchase? What do you think of the spec, the condition of the car, the mileage, ownership, service history? Do you think it's a good purchase? Do you think it will take long to sell? It's going to be a bit pricey, bit of a higher end to what I usually sell, and I don't do finance, unfortunately. So it's going to have to, when I sell it on, it's going to be able to cash sale. I'm hoping this will make a nice car for someone. So yeah, we've got a 2-hour drive back. If there's any underlying issues with the car, if it turns out to be a lemon, I'm sure those issues will come out in a drive back, but let's see how it goes. Look at some of these views, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And this is one of the reasons why I enjoy doing what I'm doing now rather than sitting in the office. Come out in the fresh air, meet some great people, taking some great views, and drive some nice cars. What else could I ask for when you're a car enthusiast? So the person's house that we bought the car from is up this lane up there. They've been there for about 20-25 years. I don't want to video on their plot of land or their house, but they've got a 3-acre, and it's a mansion. 3-acre plot of land and a mansion on the house. So a car like the A3 for them is, I guess, going to be really be small change. The the dad drives a Tuscan and the mother drives a Cayenne. So yeah, they must be really well off. So a beautiful part of the country and a nice purchase, fingers crossed. So I drove the A3 back last night and it drove really well. Really smooth, no knocks, no bangs, no overheating. I did have a quick Google and the Ultra does relate to emissions and efficiency, because I did stupidly put £10 worth of diesel in, which topped up the fuel tank by 2 bars. Let me just double check. It topped up by 2 bars. And then, as you can see, let me switch the radio off before I get a copyright strike. And you can still see, when I bought the car, it was on half tank, and it's still on half tank. So, in terms of fuel efficiency, it's really good. I checked. Let me see if I can do it. Let me just close the door. I think I was getting about 50 miles to the gallon. Down here, 55. I was getting 55 miles to the gallon. So, really good fuel efficiency. Really nice to drive, really smooth. One thing I do want to check is open up the bonnet. Was when I viewed the car, there was a bit of what they call mayonnaise around the oil cap, but I think that was just down to, let's have a look, down to not the car not being used and condensation rather than anything else. So let's open this up and let's have a look now after a good drive. And there we go. It's nice and clean now. So thankfully, no head gasket issues, anything like that. So that is good. That is good news. If you guys remember, I had the grey Fiat 500 where the customer bought the car and then they noticed an issue with the instrument cluster. They sent it off to ECU testing. They fixed it now and gave the customer a bill of £208.40. So the customer sent me the invoice and I paid it off on their behalf. And because of the way I treated them in terms of that and me covering the cost of the repair, they're really happy with my customer service. And now they are interested in this iGo. So when they come to view the Fiat 500, the daughter was interested in the car and the mother was interested in another car, but the daughter took the Fiat 500. So I think the mother will be interested in this one. They wanted to come and view it yesterday, but obviously we took it to when we went to pick up the A3. The only thing on this one I'm caught in 2 minds about is the little stone chip there, and it's gone a bit rusty. And in here, in the grille, can you see there's a bit of rust? A bit of a design flaw, to be honest. So there's a grille there, and there's no grille here. But you got a fan behind there, so I think that's why the grille's not there. I did check to see it wasn't broken, and that's how it is actually designed. But there is some rust going on there, so I'm not sure what to do. Like, should I just leave it as is, or should I get it some touch-up paint? I'm thinking, because of my OCD, and now that I've noticed it, I might just pop down to the Toyota main dealers and see if I can get some touch-up paint. So I don't have any in stock, I might just go to Halfords, touch that up, and then get it valeted, get it up for sale, and then see how it goes. So I managed to get a rear light, driver side light, and the passenger side speaker for £25. So that was pretty good. And then I got my mechanic to fit it in. Just open up the boot, and I just found this tool, which I think is to like undo plastics and stuff within the car. So it might have been my mechanic's when he was doing the door card. So I've taken pictures and done the walk around video for the iGo. I've listed it on Facebook just for the time being. I did go down to the local Toyota main dealer, but unfortunately they don't stock the touch-up paint to order item. So I popped down to my body shop and they've filled in that little chip there.